Hey guys! Welcome back. Name reveal. Welcome back to the 241 podcast. I'm Isaiah.
I'm Juliet.
And it's been, hey, a fucking minute. Hey.
Hey, soul sister.
Oh, okay. So, how's everybody fucking doing? It's been a minute.
When was the last time we uploaded something?
When we uploaded something, that was November of 2023.
Are you dead? Us?
Yeah, because it was our spooky episode, the second of our October series.
Oh wait, yeah.
And it uploaded a day late because something had happened when it was uploading for Halloween. So it uploaded like a day or two late.
Well, it's been forever. How has everyone been?
How's everyone doing? Not well? Join the club.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways. Contrary to what you might think, though, this isn't the first time we've sat down and recorded something. We've recorded so many episodes, and sometimes the ball just does not hit the fucking mark.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be because
the ball drops.
The ball drops like in bowling, honestly.
Yeah. Like the ball on New York Times.
The ball drops no puberty.
Ew.
Yeah. Whether it been like it took too long to edit, there was processes, like there was sometimes like it was by the time that the episode would have been posted,
the information was already irrelevant.
Yeah.
It wasn't up to date.
Sometimes my computer crashed and undid all of the fucking edits I spent so much time doing, and then I had to restart, and then I was like, I'm actually just gonna get a gun.
Yeah.
And try the simulation again.
No, yeah.
So. But we're here. We made it. It's 2025.
And we're queer.
Some of us more than others. And yeah. So we're just here. Let's just catch up. Let's just talk about where we've been the past year. And then we have a little bit of a game to play because, you know, as we're catching up again, we've both, like, call us the opening song to Big Mouth the way we've been going through changes.
No, yeah.
And we both know our roots. So we're going to play a little game, a little friendship game. Because our first episode, we started with Not Really Strangers. This one is by a different company called The Skin Deep. And if you can't tell,
I think they're on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. They have a lot of YouTube videos. It's very much so in the same like vein as the like Truth or Drink videos. Very similar to that. This game is just going to be like a little bit more intense, a little bit deeper questions, and not you shaking your voluptuous Latina tits.
Okay. All right.
When you're a busty Latina baddie. That was there was some fucking TikTok that Issa sent to our group chat.
Our friend Issa, we'll insert her here.
Yeah. No, we won't.
Yes, we will. She'll be right here.
No, we will. She'll be here in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And
on screen.
And it was some stupid thing about being like a busty Latina baddie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I responded with like, and you know what, guys? It's really hard being on the front lines of the busty Latina baddie community, like being a big member of the busty Latina brigade. It's really tough and really tiring being the bustiest and baddest of the bad bitch Latinas. But I'm glad that they're able to finally get up there with me to be as busty and as baddie and as Latinas that we can be. Yeah. As Latinas we can be. But I'm mi gente Latino or whatever the fuck. And then, yeah, that's just, anyways.
So, like, if you could give me, like, 3 words.
Give me the fucking iPad. If you could give me 3 fucking words, you start shaking it like it's a fucking purse.
Oh my god. So if you could give me 3 words on how, like, from November of 2023 to January of 2025, how has, like, that been for you?
Jesus fucking Christ. And that's it. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's good. That's good.
2024 was not awful, right? Oh my god, please don't respond to me right now.
Oh my god, not the busty Latina getting shy.
Busty
Latinas never get shy. We rise. Okay, let's stop.
My dad's like, what the fuck?
He's like, I didn't raise a busty Latina. But I am his daughter.
Oh my god, the way they be putting hot sauce on shit and eating peanut butter out the jar.
No, yeah, and eating kimchi, like...
Cut from the same motherfucking cloth.
Yeah.
2024 was fucking awful in a lot of ways. And really good in some ways. But not many. Last year was when I had the surprise party, right?
Yeah.
I had a surprise party thrown for me.
Mm-hmm.
It really set the bar for all my birthdays moving forward. I don't know what I'm going to do, and I don't know how we're going to top it. Because it was, like, truly one of the best birthdays
my gosh. Yeah.
I've ever had. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
All right, it's not that. I'm literally reacting to what you're saying.
No, it was
like,
just 'cause, like,
what do you want me to do?
It was because I was hearing it in the back of my head, not like as if you were saying it. So it was just really funny in my brain. Anyways.
Like, yeah. Oh my gosh. Like that.
Like a Kardashian.
Mm-hmm. Or like, what's her name? That lady that was in Cinderella Story. And she talks like
Jennifer
this.
Coolidge?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. A birthday. That's not good.
Wow. I can't do it. Wow. Oh my gosh.
And I'm taking the
She's
dog,
just like
dumbass.
This.
It's
She's
not
just like
terrible.
this. And I'm taking the dog.
You look like the 4th of July.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The 4th of July line is good.
Oh my god. So I had that going for me. I was majorly depressed going from 2023 to 2024. It was really, really bad. Nothing but nonstop anxiety, depression. Everybody, if you think you need therapy, you probably do. And you should go because it's the best thing that you can possibly do. And pro tip for anybody who's looking for therapy, sometimes what insurance will cover. Let me back up. If you're looking to go to therapy and you're worried about it being too expensive, talk to your therapist first about a sliding scale. Because a sliding scale is calculated based on your income. I pay probably like $40 less than what I would be expected to pay, roughly. I'm not good at math. I failed that class, right? But like roughly $40 less than what I would be paying if I was letting my insurance cover it. So always ask your therapist about a sliding scale, and it'll probably be cheaper than you think it actually is. Therapy has like been the best consistent thing. I am not gonna lie, I spent a lot of last year taking care of my dad. Truly, that's a big part of what I had to do. My dad had very bad sciatica, which if you don't know, the sciatic nerve is a nerve in your back. It low-key runs down like your legs. And sometimes if you have something called like a herniated disc, which can happen from like anything from like slipping and falling to like sitting at a desk for too long, the disc will move, and his was pinching that nerve, and it made it hard for him to stand for long periods of time. It made it really hard for him to walk. It made it hard for him to like sit in certain ways for a long period of time. And in April, it got really bad. And so from like April on, basically, I had to like just really like take care of my dad. And it was very stressful too, because at the time my brother didn't have his license, and he had also decided to start working. So I would literally have to wake up, take my brother to school, go and get like groceries, go and get my dad's medication, because they were adjusting his medications for a lot at that time, take him to doctor's appointments, pick my brother up from school, take my brother to work, take my brother to any appointments that he had. And also if he wanted to hang out with any of his friends, I had to take him to stuff too. On top of that, also having to do all of the dishes, cooking all of the meals, and anything that I needed to do for myself as well. It just became a lot to deal with. I also wasn't able to take the classes that I like wanted to. Still am kind of like on the fence about college as a whole. And it's only going to get harder from now until the next presidency. So, you know, that's really fun. But like that kind of affected stuff too. And then my dad had surgery, which he didn't tell me that he was having surgery. I knew that surgery was in the works. You know, they were going to book him. It was like I was waiting for like a casting call back from a fucking agent. I was like, we know they're making a decision soon, but we don't know who they're going to go with. This motherfucker decided to have his surgery on the 11-year anniversary of when my mom died at the same hospital where she died. And we never, still to this day, have not talked about it. That was wild. That was a wild choice on his part.
No, that was.
And then on top of that, I had to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to take him. Not even 5:30.
Also, if I'm not like as reactive, it's because like I've lived through this with him.
She was
like,
there.
Yeah.
I had to like take him at like, I had to wake up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, take him to be at the hospital by like 5:36. They didn't even start his fucking surgery until 8 o'clock. I did not, thank God I didn't stay at the hospital and wait for him, like wait with him or for him there. But like I didn't pick him up and get back home until about 3:30 that day.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah. Nina, it was too much, too long. Mm-hmm. For what? And he was like, you're not going to come in?
No.
Sir, I'm about to burst in the tears the second you close this door?
Yeah.
No. I'm going the fuck home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he started getting better after his surgery, which meant I started having more like liberty to do other stuff. And then
what stuff did you do?
And what stuff did I do?
Tell him.
What did I do?
I don't know. Tell him.
I kind of was like given like an existential crisis. It was very much so like very annoying because one thing about like, it's sometimes hard for me to talk about, I think, to other people who don't know me personally and don't see like day in, day out the shit that I have to do for my family, because I think there's still sometimes like a little bit of like internal like embarrassment about it, because I do a lot of shit for my fucking house, but for so long I've prioritized doing stuff for my dad and my brother and not prioritized doing stuff for me. So then I was like, the conversation that I had with my dad was very like not, it was very backhanded in some ways, it felt like to me. And I was just like, he basically was telling me like, I want you to be able to do stuff for you now or whatever. Mm-hmm. As like shitty as the conversation was and as shitty as I felt afterwards too, because there was a lot of stuff that came up in that like was also still like in some ways like very traumatic and like very difficult to talk about, like stuff about my mom and everything. But that was like one of the big takeaways from it. And so I was like, okay, if you want me to start doing shit for me, then I'm going to start doing shit for me. And then you can't feel any type of way. So I've been like going out a lot more, taking like classes that I want to take for me. Like I'm taking the songwriting 2 class so I can get like a certificate in songwriting, focusing more on content creation as a means of making a fucking living. I've been like kind of talking to someone, but I've just been like talking to new people too, not in any like romantic way or platonic way, kind of both, and also none at the same time, just talking to people and like meeting new people and sort of making new connections, but also strengthening the connections that I have been making, trying to get back more into like other hobbies and stuff that I've sort of neglected, but also a lot of still like therapy of trying to fix some of that shit that like made me think that I needed to prioritize my family over me, and also like being okay with doing stuff for myself and not convincing myself that I'm being selfish for wanting to do stuff for me that has nothing to do. I'm still learning Korean, which maybe you actually don't even know. I started learning Korean because I got into K-pop, because that really helped me when I was in the fucking trenches. And so like over the past year, I've been like trying my best. I've been only using Duolingo and I need to start using more shit, but I've been learning Korean. I've been cooking a lot of Korean food, listening to a lot of K-pop. I'm going to get into some like K-dramas and shit soon. What else has happened for me this year?
We did vision boards.
Oh my God, we did vision boards for the first time, which was really fun.
Yeah, they took forever to do.
Mine looks so cute.
Mine looks cute too, but I don't want to show it.
I don't know if I want to show it either, But
Yeah.
I really liked the way that mine turned out. I think that's just gonna be like, that's continuing to be the biggest thing for me. I think moving into this year, and it's like at the center of the vision board too, is like prioritizing myself. Um, and not just prioritizing myself, but like reinforcing that it's okay for me to prioritize myself. I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And also just kind of like taking a step back from like comparing myself to other people type shit too. I think is a big thing.
Yeah. Well, my year last year, which now like you know me with time. Like I think like being 19 and 20 feels like 40 years ago.
She talks about it the way that fucking Rose talks about loving Jack in the Titanic, but like old Rose, not young Rose. It's so funny. She's like, all those years ago when I was 19.
Yeah. Okay, let's take it back. I think at the beginning of last year I was really into the gym. And then I stopped being so much into the gym. But that is a goal for this year. I just have to find time. I feel like sometimes, like, for me, like, there's always a due date on things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like, time is always, like, kind of passing me by. Like, I can never just, like, do something on that due date as well. So then it just keeps getting pushed back and back.
Like, you're so focused on achieving shit on the due date that you gave yourself that every other opportunity is then, like, going past too.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I don't know. But that's something
therapy
for later. But around that time that I started to go to the gym a lot, I started to really hate the place I was working at. It wasn't good. I think like the coworkers that I still had with me at the time, I did not like enjoy being around as much. Like there are some that like are that still work there that are my friends, but like some others that I just didn't want to work around anymore. They were just very unfair and like just treated people like as if they were robots. There was like moments where I was being scheduled like the whole week and then I was being scheduled like 2 days. And like, lol, the society we live in, I need fucking money. So like, I was like, I'm done with this. Cause I had like been working there for 4 years. And even in the past, I would be like, hey, can you schedule me more often? And then like whenever like things would be unsteady like that, like there was good moments. Like I feel like I learned a lot from that job. I learned how to be responsible, just customer service in general, how to be more patient, just like, working skills. And at that point, like I was already so frustrated with everything like going on that I was like, there's no point in even talking to like any of the managers. Like, because the gag is, I want to leave. So like, what is like, this is even better actually. Yeah. The gag is, this is even better because it's actually going to push me into leaving. So then I applied to this place and then I just basically got it and I then quit because at first I was trying to keep up with both jobs, but that didn't work out for me. I tried to keep up with them like throughout like
I think the first like month, 2 months or something like that, you worked at both places.
I think no, because I got. Month, but... I think I worked there for 5 months. Like
both.
Yeah, both.
5 months went by fucking quick, girl.
Yeah, or it was like 4 or 5 months, I believe. Yeah. I don't quote me on that though. And yeah, I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. And like that shit's exhausting. Like anybody that has to actually work 2 jobs, like props to you, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, and then I quit around September, and after that I was like, I need to lock the fuck in at school because the way things are going, like I need to get this fucking degree, you know? Because also I don't think like the place I'm working at I'm going to stay at forever. Like that's not the end goal. So yeah. And then also like the election happened. absolutely devastated. I'm not gonna lie, like it's still absolutely devastating. I sobbed, like I couldn't even go into work that day.
We ended up walking around Target and getting meters.
Yeah, yeah, we did. Like I remember, like I did go into work that morning, but I left around my lunch, and I was like walking out, and there was these two corporate men coming in, and they were like, well, all Kamala did was fuck her way up to the top. Literally corporate, like white old ass men in suits. And I was just like,
Who probably only said that because they wish that someone like Kamala would give them the time of day.
yeah.
Let alone fuck them.
No, yeah.
The only fucking thing they can do is fucking die. How about that? Luigi, I hope you get free soon, brother.
No, yeah.
And I'm leaving that in.
Yeah. Free Luigi.
Yeah. No Mario. You know what I mean?
But, yeah. Anyways, like after that, I was even more locked the fuck in at school. I did really good, like, past semester. And I think I did really good in general, like this, like last year in school. I feel like when we first went into school, I mean, this has nothing to do with last year.
Yeah.
But when we first went into school, like, it was quarantine, lockdown. We graduated in 2020. There was no graduation for us. So going to college, like, was just awful.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that that's one of the things, like, I remember seeing shit, like, seeing bitches debate, like, I think it was, like, we were class of 2020, and I remember seeing bitches of class, like, in class of 2021, being like, we have it harder, because da-da-da-da-da-da, and there's so much shit that we're going to miss out on, and then it's like, bitch, you think, like, the transition from junior year to senior year is so much different than going from a senior in high school to a freshman in fucking college. Because you know where you're going. You don't have to fucking take a shuttle to a different part of the fucking high school campus. And if you do and you live in Utah, what fucking high school do you go to?
no, yeah.
But like, it was
Wicked.
just like this moment that was supposed to be like this moment of like fucking liberation and coming into your own and being able to experience being like an adult in the real world, which fuck that
and
shit.
doing a line and taking shots back to back, playing King.
I never got the chance to go to a frat party.
Like, fuck, that shit messes you up. Like,
sometimes you just want to do coke and do a fucking keg, and you can't do a keg, and well, you can't. You know, fun fact: kegs are illegal in Utah. I didn't know
New
that.
York.
In New York, in the U.S. I wanted to do a fucking keg with my boy Kyle. Do a fucking keg stand. My fucking.
I wanted like my feet to be dangling up in the air,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be like this.
I wanted to be on some Euphoria type shit.
No,
I
yeah.
wanted to do Molly in the Chi Alpha fucking Theta house.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to befriend a sorority girl and take a sorority down from the inside. And I couldn't fucking do that over Zoom. Like.
Yeah, like it's now, I mean, you can't change it. Like,
yeah,
things happen. Like, it's not that serious anymore. I mean, it really was serious, though.
The repercussions are going to continue to be even more fucking serious.
Yeah. But the point is that your girl wasn't doing good in school because she was severely depressed.
Mm-hmm. This is when that 19-year-old shit comes back into play all those fucking years ago.
That's why I feel like I look back at that time and I'm like, oh, like everything's going to get worse, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but you're going to deal with it in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Hope core.
Hope core.
Like, you know, like more, you're gonna face more difficult things after, but like you're going to be okay in the head type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not going to be like such a battle. I don't know if like y'all are understanding me. Or if you're understanding me.
What, because I got lost. Like, are you talking about this, like, explain one more time from the top. Like, are you talking about you at 19?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That, like, that was as worse. It's only going to get, like, more difficult, but also you're going to be able to cope with shit better?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
We got it back.
And, yeah, I don't really know where I was going, but I finally locked in last year. And, yeah, I'm fucking ready. And I don't really know what else to say, but Um, I mean, what else did I do? I went to go see Bruno Mars in Vegas. Stayed at a
She
really
was
shitty
flipping around
hotel.
Vegas
Yeah,
after, not before.
yeah. There was a server there that was like really cute, and like we had him as our server. Still think about him sometimes. Like that's why I'm mentioning
She
him.
wanted him to serve a different thing off the menu.
Yeah,
Type
yeah,
beat
yeah.
on the
And
the secret menu. That secret menu special.
yeah, I didn't get it though, but it's okay. Next time. Yeah, I don't know what else I did. I really don't know what else I did. For all my emo girls out there, I did go
Coke.
see Sleeping with Sirens. I
She didn't
think.
go. She didn't do coke, by the way.
I didn't. I didn't do coke. I
Who?
did go into a mosh pit. That was fun. And then I mean, I did a vision board for the first time as well. So, and that shit took forever. Like,
Vision boards are not for the faint of heart. Also, Walgreens, regardless of if you pay, sometimes their shit doesn't actually go through. Their website is kind of strange in that sense. So just be careful when you order your pictures through Walgreens.
yeah.
I think last year was a really big year for music for us.
Oh my gosh, what do you think? Like your top 3 songs
From last year. Gag. Like Spotify rap type beat, or like what were personally my top 3 songs?
No, I think like personally.
I think truly, even though it came out later in the year, Dream by Keshi, there's just something.
That song's really good.
There's something about that song. It feels almost like a lullaby, and it's just so
Or
pretty.
like ASMR, like you can just fall asleep to it.
So that one. And then one of the things that I think truly, because so much of K-pop is more upbeat music, and I think that truly is part of one of the things that helped a lot, because there's sad K-pop songs that will like make you want to fucking call to reserve a place at a certain padded room specialty place hospital, you know what I mean? But like I think one of them was like P1 Harmony's entire like Killing It album, but Killing It by P1 Harmony. That was such a good song. It's such a good hype song. And then I'm trying to think.
I don't listen to K-pop. So
She doesn't.
Just...
You recognize the song if I showed it to you. Probably something by Chapel.
Yeah.
Either Chapel or Sabrina. I think
definitely.
If I had to choose, it'd probably be Chapel, and it'd probably be either Pink Pony Club or Naked in Manhattan.
Yeah, Naked in Manhattan. I feel like nobody really talks about that song.
Touch me, baby, put your lips on my... Like, okay.
Like, fuck.
I'm like, dude, my hands are up, officer. I'm gonna comply. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me twice. What are some songs, what do you think your top 3 songs would be from last year?
So my top 3 songs would be, Sailor Song by Gigi Perez. Like, I feel like her whole discography, which is literally like a handful of songs, but all of them are so good to me, and I genuinely love her. Like, she has a song called Sometimes, like in parentheses backwoods, and then, or it's something along those lines. I don't think that's the full title. And then Fable is so good. Like, it's just, yeah, it's so good. And then Sailor Song, like, that was in my Spotify Wrapped. I think it was my 3rd most listened song. And then, just, like, her whole discography, basically. I'm, like, not remembering right now, but it's all really good. I also really like Chapel, like, Good Luck, Babe, My Kink is Karma. Like, My Kink is Karma, like, choked me the entire fucking year. Like, when I first heard it, I was like, I needed to hear that song, and I was like, you know what, this is good.
My favorite moment of listening to Chapel was when my dad's back was bad and he couldn't really drive himself to work, and I would take him to work, and Casual started playing. And I've never skipped a song so fast, because, you know, my dad is East African, right? And we listen to very different types of music. He very much likes like reggae. He likes like some like Arabic singers and stuff like that. He doesn't listen to shit that I listen to. And there was one time where we were actually going to my brother's like junior high choir concert, and Doja Cat was playing. And I don't remember what specific song was playing. It might have been, I was just listening to that album, And you don't know shame until you're sitting in the car with your very, like, somewhat strict East African father hearing Doja Cat scream, "I wish I was fucking something," and something about giving a man a random erection. It's just kind of like, oh, okay.
Wait, it's a song that's like, and that dick was a 10 out of 10. Because you're talking about the same song. I just don't remember.
Need to know.
Oh, yep.
Um,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so when Casual played, I was like, I'm not going to explain to my dad who was knee deep eating who in the passenger seat. I'm not doing that. So I.
Also, from that album, California is so good. Like, also, I've been listening a lot to Picture You or Picture of You. What is it?
I think it's Picture of You.
Picture of You. Yeah, that song's really good. And, like, I really wasn't listening to that before, but I guess now I am. But it's really good. Yeah, also, oh my god.
Picture You.
Sorry. Oh my god, how could I forget?
Oh my god, how could she forget?
Tyler, the Creator. Like, that album came out. Chromacopia, like, that's so good. Sticky.
Girl.
Sticky's so good.
When we were in high school, there was, I don't know if you guys remember Bad Baby's music phase, but what is the song? I think it's just called Best Friend.
Yeah.
We would be driving on a summer night and I would be screaming, windows down, screaming that shit like I was Lil Jon. Like, I would be, like, I remember we were driving past fucking In-N-Out, and I was like, go, bitch, that's my motherfucking best friend, to the worker giving someone their order. Like, I was, and, like, I'm not, like, screaming, like,
no, like, he was screaming.
I'm like, yeah. It's, like, crazy how fucking loud and how deep my voice gets when I do that shit.
Yeah.
Sticky has been that for me. Sticky has replaced that weird white little girl. And I'm now screaming.
White little girl.
I'm now screaming the lyrics of a man in a platinum wig.
No, yeah.
Or in a black mask now. Sorry, that was a different album. And it's so, I'm like, oh, guys, do you smell that? It's getting sticky. Or just being like, I literally said to my therapist, call me Tyler, the way I'm that nigga and that bitch. Because that's a line in that song.
Yeah. It's so good.
What do you think is going to be possibly, like, your top 3 songs for this year?
Maybe something off Tyler. Like, I listened to Sticky a lot, like, when I was hearing the album, because that's the song that initially first, like, popped out. And then I listened to, like, Him, which...
Oh my god, if you look like him, if I look like him...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, my mom chasing a ghost. I don't know where he is. Like, that ass. And...
Well, you know where he is. He's in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad, like, y'all...
Fuck her dad.
Y'all don't even know the lore. Like, y'all don't know the lore.
That's for the Patreon when it comes out.
Yeah, no, that's literally for when, like, I open up as a human. Did I tell them that I started going to therapy?
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so around September, when I was, like, locking the fuck in for school, quitting my job, just, like, doing bing bada boom stuff, I was like, oh, let me get a therapist.
I had been telling her for...
Years.
Especially after I started getting therapy. And then my therapist, congratulations, by the way, girl. She got pregnant and she had a child and she had to go on maternity leave for a little bit. And so because of that, we stopped seeing each other for like a couple of months. And during the last like stretch, I was like, oh, I kind of do need to talk to someone. And she had sent me a list of therapists to possibly like reach out to and talk to while she was gone. And the therapist that I ended up reaching out to, I then recommended to Juliet because I thought that they might be a good fix.
And we were a good fit, but then she went on maternity leave. And she could only do things through Zoom. And I'm the type of person that, like, this is, like, also why I can't work from home as well. I want to leave that shit there. Like, I don't want to take work with me. I don't want to take therapy with me. Like, I'm there. I'm having a good time. Like, well, I'm not having a good time.
I'm having a time. Is it good?
Like, but like, I'm leaving it there and then I'm coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So yeah, it's been good. I would like to go more, but like I just don't have the time to. So, yeah. But what I've like, I feel like I've like.
Yeah, you've had some breakthroughs and you've gotten to like learn some stuff about yourself, learn different like better coping skills and stuff that 19-year-old would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, 19-year-old me would not have gone to therapy.
Exactly.
She would have. You would have had to fucking
arguably 19-year-old you needed it more.
What?
I said arguably 19-year-old you would have needed it more.
Which is crazy to think about. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it's been good. Once again, if you think you need therapy, if someone keeps telling you, hey, go see a therapist, go see a therapist. Like, deadass. Obviously, if you can, if you have the time, the money, the insurance, like, you know. And yeah, back to the original question. Because you asked, what do you think's gonna be
your top 3 songs? Yeah. Because if you couldn't tell by the other previous 4 episodes, ADHD.
Yeah, allegedly. Anyways.
That's like saying
potato.
No, that's like saying
tomato.
I'm gonna kill you. That's like saying O.J. Simpson allegedly killed those bitches. You know what I mean? Like, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, okay.
He's dead now, so I think it's okay to talk about that. I don't know about public domain or whatever, but I'll figure that out later.
All right, but...
So what do you think? I think for sure one of my top 3 songs for this year, going back to the original question, is for sure going to be BMF. SZA.
Oh my god, we haven't even talked about
Lana
SZA.
Is so good.
Yeah.
SZA, I've never wanted to kiss that woman more.
No, yeah. Like, me too. And Kitchen by her?
Kitchen, BMF, Scorsese, Baby Daddy, Chill Baby, Cry Baby.
30 for 30.
Oh my god.
So good.
Every song that she has released for Lana, 10 out of 10, phenomenal, amazing. It's made my life better.
Yeah. Like, I've been listening to that shit over and over. As well, let's talk about
One of Them Days.
Oh, One of Them Days was so good.
Oh, I thought that's what we were going.
So funny.
That was SZA's acting debut. Because I feel like...
Keke Palmer, so pretty.
So funny, so talented.
Yeah.
I would have been a better baby father. One of Them Days is really good. Because the reason I was like, can we call it SZA's acting debut? Is because SZA was a guest star on...
When did you ask that? When did you ask that question? Can we call it SZA's debut?
I mentioned it in a second ago. It's okay. We're going fast.
Oh, you did?
I did. Well, because One of Them Days, they're calling it SZA's acting debut. And I think they might just be calling it SZA's acting debut because it's her first, like, featured character, like, full on. She's there. She's main cast. She's on the call sheet higher up. Not like, she was on an episode of Insecure. She was just like a guest star, and it was kind of it wasn't a big role. So I think maybe that's why they're calling it like her.
I really want to watch that show.
Insecure.
Yeah.
Because Issa Rae also produced One of Them Days.
Oh, have you watched it?
I have. I've seen clips.
I've seen clips too.
But I haven't watched it. One of Them Days though was really funny. I think that it was. I feel like we could say maybe that's too far. I don't think it was super campy, but there was like. It was kind of like, you know how like LaCroix, they're like grapefruit. And it's like someone whispered grapefruit into the can before it was sealed. I feel like that's how One of Them Days was, where like someone whispered campy when writing the script and then like the script came out. Yeah. The script was really funny. I think that it was just, I think one of the things that I personally liked about it is it was just such a black fucking film. But then outside of it being such a black fucking film, there was also just so many themes of like, the struggles of being a young adult, a young woman in today's fucking crazy ass world, having strained relationships and trying to figure out how to be honest while also, I think in some ways being accountable for your own behaviors.
Yeah.
And also just such like having, like trying to find and look for and having such like strong community ties.
Yeah.
Too.
I also enjoyed, once again, that it was a movie about like kind of a coming of age movie for like people like in maybe like their mid-20s, because it was like both of them didn't really have things figured out. Like, one of them was working in a restaurant, trying to get a job at a better place.
The other one was like a struggling artist with a deadbeat man.
Yeah, and I really liked that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was really interesting too, because I feel like so often when we think about coming of age,
we think about like teenagers and stuff.
But it's like nobody ever has shit figured out.
No, yeah. Ever. So, 10
Exhibit
out of 10.
A, Exhibit B, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Just kidding.
Sorry, this bitch has a 401k now. She thinks she's the fucking shit.
I'm just kidding. But, yeah. I really enjoyed it. I also think, like, I'm low-key in love with Keke Palmer. Like...
She was like, I could not stop staring.
I could not stop staring at her.
Keke.
Like, I don't know what the fuck it is about her. Like, she's beautiful, but, like, even in fucking... What's that movie? Like, the guy that produced Us. Nope. Yeah, even in that movie, like, completely different character. I could not stop staring at her. Like, yeah. But anyways, maybe that's just, like, a...
queer thing.
Some of us more than others. Like, let's...
Yeah.
But anyways, we never got back to the original question.
Which was
the music one. We never got to finish that.
The 3 songs for this year.
Yeah. My top songs, I think, are going to be something off of Chromacopia, something off the Wicked soundtrack, something off Lana, and then something off Debí Tirar Más Fotos by Bad Bunny. Because...
Oh my god.
That song, I mean, we already know.
Yeah.
Like...
I think that song, I have not heard it. I've only seen, like, the TikTok trend that's come from it. I don't know. And, like, I think Issa played it when we were playing games, but we were playing games, so I wasn't focused.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I sat down and, like, listened to that song, it would destroy me. Yeah. Because, not to get deep, because I haven't even finished answering the question either, but, like, I think that one of the things that... My mom was such a big scrapbooker, and in a lot of ways, I was, like, forced to fill her roles and shit, right? And I think that that's one thing that I've never been a big person on doing, is taking pictures. I think...
Honestly, same.
I've always had pictures taken of me, and then I never tried to take pictures of, like, Mac or anything. So I'm like, we don't have the same, like, childhood photos being taken of us. Like, I think my cousin probably... When there's also, girl, if you're watching this, thank you for that. Like, my cousin all probably, like, did a lot of that for us in a lot of ways. But I think just, like, writing an entire song... Because especially, like, with Bad Bunny and the concepts of the album being taken in... Like, the context, I mean, of the album being taken into account as well. Not only, like, taking photos of, like... the people and the places that matter to you, but the people and the places that are no longer there because they've been changed so much by other people's greed and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, just thinking about that, and then thinking about my mom and, like, my family, when I hear that song, I'm like, I'm gonna be destroyed.
No, yeah.
And there's only one.
And it's also, like, such a bop, too. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so upbeat.
It's one of those, it's very fucking similar to, like, Funeral by Phoebe Bridgers, where it's, like, this hokey dokey fucking folky song, and then it's like, yeah, there's a kid that's fucking dead, and I gotta sing at his funeral tomorrow, but let me play like I'm fucking Woody the fucking, you know, cowboy.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that, like, that song always gets me, because I'm like, how am I supposed to sing this song not smiling? The guitar is so, like... Ding, 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 ding. Like, I'm like, shit.
Yeah. I think, yeah, those would be for me. Unless, like, who would drop music? I really want Chapel to drop music and, like, have an album that Good Luck Babe is in. Because Good Luck Babe is just, like, a single. I would also really like for, I don't know about this year, but, like, in the next, like, couple of years... Like, maybe have Reputation out. Like, I really want Reputation by Taylor, to come out. Just because of, like, the songs I know that she'll add to it. And that is my favorite album by her. Still. To this day.
We haven't talked since then. I personally, and this is just me, boycotting. I think I'm sick. I'm going to say this. And it's no shit to you. Or your fave. But after... SZA lost Album of the Year, and then I was like, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. And then I was like, well, the last time a black woman or black anyone won that album was 1998. And then I started thinking, and you know what else? Halle Berry is the only black actress to ever win Best Actress at the Oscars, and that was in 2002. So it's been 22, almost 23 years since that happened. What this is a thing specifically was like, I'm not gonna listen to Taylor Swift until a black woman wins Album of the Year again, and hopefully, that's this year. Cowboy Carter. Hopefully. That was a good.
Yeah, Cowboy Carter was good. Do I think it's Album of the Year? Personally, no.
Did the Grammy nominations come out already? I was thinking about this. Did we already get them? Because
we did.
The Grammys are next month. I gotta look back at them. I don't know.
No, we did. I think Chapel's there. Sabrina's there.
Ah, yes.
Charlie XCX is there.
Yes.
Yeah. I really want Chapel to win.
I want Chapel to win too. Yeah. I think it would be awesome if Chapel won Album of the Year.
Yeah.
Personally. But also, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be good if Beyonce also won.
Yeah, but she should have won last year. Not last year, the year before.
But also Chapel's like new.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. But,
who else? I think on mine, I know that there's for sure going to be K-pop. There's probably going to be Stray Kids, especially if I start listening to them. Because all signs, all things going correctly and smoothly. We're supposed to go to Seattle in May. And I want to go to see Stray Kids in concert there. And they'll probably have more music come out this year. If I start listening to their music when we're like going to the concert and like leading up to it, I think probably them. I think one of the songs that will probably be there is like Whiplash or Supernova by aespa.
Mm-hmm.
Because those songs, I keep playing them because they're such good hype songs.
As well as Doechii. Doechii's so good.
I think Nissan Altima for sure is going to be up there. I have a feeling she's going to take over the world. I think that she is going to...
as Lola Young. I feel like those two, the girl that sings Messy.
Yeah. Those two are definitely on the rise.
Be like rising stars.
I think that Kendrick is going to pass down the crown of like best rapper to her. Is that controversial? I'm so fucking sorry.
She's signed under the same label, right?
I think so. Regardless of that, I think that Doechii brings something fresh and new, and also something unapologetic to rap that a lot of bitches, new and old, failed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because Doechii has managed, like, I saw Doechii is a fucking performer. I saw Doechii in 2020 live, and she was...
With SZA?
Mm-hmm. She was amazing then. And she's only continued to grow and grow and grow. While there's some other people that have chosen to have babies with rapists or mess with other people's relationships, and they're not as popular anymore. But Doechii... Even if I've never heard Doechii get messy. I don't feel like
Doechii would ever do any of that.
Doechii's not going to do any of that shit. Doechii's going to stay in her bag and stay with her pen.
No, yeah.
And I think her pen right now, like, truly, she is up there for me. Like, my top 3 for, like, writers, I think it's Kendrick, J. Cole, Doechii.
For rappers?
Uh-huh. And, Doechii's slowly moving above Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if she continues the trajectory that she's on... unless Kendrick keeps fucking dropping diss tracks, then sorry, girl. He's really good with those.
Yeah.
Maybe Doechii just needs to start dropping diss tracks. I don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's just taking it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we feel like we've been talking long enough. So instead of playing the game this episode, we're actually going to play it next episode. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. If you liked listening to this podcast and you're watching on YouTube,
give it a shiggy. Give it a thumbs up, you know?
Yeah, give it a shiggy.
You don't know. He doesn't know, guys. Just let him be.
I don't. Make sure to follow us on our social medias.
Mm-hmm. Just give it a thumbs up. Follow us on our social media down below. Please subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell. Comment below if you would like us to do anything else.
If you're listening to this on any podcasting platforms, make sure to download the episode because that will help us out a ton. And make sure to follow us on those podcasting platforms as well. There might be a Patreon coming soon. What would be on there? Who the fuck knows? I'm just saying shit to say shit. And as always, this has been the 2 for 1 podcast. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.